situation, and hopefully that'll help you overcome situations as well that help create a low self-esteem within yourself.
Yeah, in terms of the careers again, or a particular job, if you've come from, I don't know, from abroad, and the English isn't your first language, or your culture is not just your culture. I mean, if your functional skills like maths and English aren't great, then you're not going to kind of it will impact your self-esteem. So those are things that you could do something about. Just because your language is a barrier doesn't mean you can't learn English or improve your skills. So if that's stopping you to get into a particular field because of your language barrier, or your lack of education, or not enough education for that particular field, what's stopping you to improve that?
Yeah,
Do you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah,
so
no,
you could
exactly.
just you could take up a course. Get the
We
skills.
had a guest on a few weeks ago as well, didn't we? Who had English as a second language as well,
Yes.
and she's done quite well in her life, mashallah.
Yeah, mashallah, Sobia,
Yes.
our driving instructor.
Yes,
bless
that's
her.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's done like leaps and bounds really, and she's saying that even within her students, there's a language barrier in terms of their English isn't first language, but that doesn't stop them from driving, and that doesn't stop them from getting passing the test.
Yeah, and
So if you haven't got the skills, attain them.
that's
But
it.
don't let that stop you, because I think what we do is we think, oh, I'm not capable of doing something, but I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to pursue with it, and sometimes it's uncomfortable, isn't it?
It is. It's coming out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, doing things that you wouldn't normally do.
And I think a lot of us, irrespective of our comfort zone, even irrespective of us having a second language or not being able to speak English, we find it difficult coming out of our comfort zone as well.
You do, yeah, because
Yeah.
you haven't done something which isn't familiar to you, and
And I think that's where I was coming back to this point that I was going to mention: challenge yourself.
Yeah.
So people with low self-esteem who think they can't do certain things, challenge yourself. Try these, these things that you think are a big barrier to. Oh goodness, I couldn't do this. I don't have the confidence for it.
I'm glad you've said that, because what it is, as children, if they've seen negativity in their life and they've been told that you can't do this because you're not good enough, or you've been bullied at school, for example, or somebody's put you down, and you've got that at the back of your head, that's going to kind of go into adulthood, and you're gonna limit yourself, because those are your life experiences that you've got, and because of that you're going to kind of put yourself down and say, you know what, I'm not capable of doing something.
Exactly.
And that's where the comfort zone comes in, and that's where you need to kind of
Break out of it.
and find ways to do it.
Yeah.
And I think the more you practice being positive, the more it helps, and
Yeah.
the more you become positive.
Exactly. So it's really important to actually challenge those thoughts that you have, and challenge yourself to try something you're not comfortable with initially, out of your comfort zone. And I think perhaps then yourselves you'll realize that you will be able to be successful in that.
Yes, inshallah, why not?
Inshallah, yeah. So coming on to salmon then, all right? Zanab, do you have
Okay.
some benefits for us on salmon?
Yes. So each time we say there's a superfood, and there's so many of them.
No, totally.
There's like endless different types of foods that we could look at. And this week our topic is salmon. And there are many benefits of eating salmon. And like you mentioned earlier, it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. It's a great source of protein. It's high in B vitamins, and it's a good source of potassium. It's loaded with selenium. I don't know what that is, but it's supposed to be really good for you. Contains the antitoxin astacphasia or something. I can't say it properly.
Okay, yeah.
And it may reduce the risk of heart disease and may benefit weight control. I think I've said that wrong, but I'm sure our listeners understand what I'm talking about. And look up the benefits online of salmon, and there are many, and these are just a few that I've mentioned. But there's many recipes, and I think if you're trying to have a good diet, a lot of people do use salmon in their diet, and there's many things that you could do with it. And one of the
So selenium is a element that is very beneficial to us. It's found naturally in foods, and it helps with our cognitive ability quality, so it helps with our brain development and
Brilliant.
our memory, etc. Yes, that's why selenium's very good for us.
Okay, thank you for researching
Yeah.
that. Okay, so I was going to come across, do a few recipes, and I think salmon is great in salads. So you could grill salmon and make it into a salmon and avocado salad with lemon and a few herbs and spices. So that could be a nice lunch for somebody, and it's easy to do, isn't it? Salmon doesn't take long to cook. You could pan fry it, or you could also grill it in the or roast it in the oven, really. But you don't need to cook it for long. Salmon's quite easy to cook.
Yeah.
I also got another recipe which is called Vietnamese style salmon with roasted cashew rice noodle salad. Okay, that's a mouthful. Okay, there's a lot of ingredients in that, but there's not many. There's like ginger and garlic, a clove of ginger garlic, lime zest and juice of a whole lemon, red chili to according to your taste, fish sauce, which I don't normally use, a tablespoon of that, and a brown sugar 1 tablespoon, and you could use flat rice noodles, 100 grams, and roasted sesame seeds, and it makes a nice, great like a Vietnamese salad.
All right, okay. We're just coming up to an Azan break now.